working class in a place they call the Bronx. Learned on the corner about the school of hard knocks. Found out his rap.
You know, Trump's got to dance now. Everybody's dancing now. You know this. I've been dancing for years, since before President-elect Trump got the Trump move in. Which, by the way, criticize him all you like. He's on beat. He's on count. That's all that matters when you dance.
It's Ed Tyll.
So I miss this girl so much. We're in the heartland now. Ed Tyll Live here on YouTube. By the way, hi. Say hello to everybody. You're looking right into the camera.
Hello, everybody.
What? You know, you still sound 25 or whatever you were when you and I first met. I don't understand why your voice is not aging at all. Are you doing something to make that happen, or you're just naturally youthful in your sound? I mean, I'm not making this up. People listening will verify this, I'm sure. You still sound like you're in your 20s. What are you doing? How does your voice stay young?
Well, it's all the work it does. I am a very big talker, so, I exercise it all the time.
All the work it does. All the work it does. All the work it does. Right. So I'm with you. Love you. Lisa and I have been friends forever. But over the last, 5 or 7 years, I bring her on to the Ed Tyll Show wherever and whenever I can. Your point of view to me is always fun. You're fun to be with. I just talked to your husband 2 minutes ago. Even he's fun to be with. I remember when I first chatted with your hubby. So your household has something I would love to share with people. So number one, let's catch up. You're a mom. You got 2 of them. You're politically active. You never stop talking. So bring us up to date over the last, say, year or so. What's been going on with you? How busy has your kitchen table been?
Well, let me tell you, I have had my hair on fire for the last year. In March, I'm a member of the Roane County Republican Party here in Tennessee.
Nice.
And our chair had decided that he wanted to move and be closer to his family. And he asked me if I would take over, and I graciously accepted.
What?
Yep.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Now, if I lived in your town and this is happening, I would be able to go to some meeting where you are going to be the chair, or you're sitting in for the chair. And does the chair have 4 legs? Does it have a good back and good arms to lean? Tell me about what would happen if I went to your town and I wanted to see you in action.
Well, before I showed up on the scene, it was pretty lame. They had like 5 people in the back room of the American Legion. It sucked. And so when I got involved, I was like, oh, no, this is not going to happen.
Right.
So I started working really hard over the last couple of years, and we now have over 50 members. We moved it from the back room, smoky room, to the community center. We have over 50 members.
Wow.
And let me tell you something. I command monthly a fantastic meeting for the Roane County Republican Party.
I can feel it now. I feel like Robert's rules of order apply to me right now. And I'm just talking to you. Do you guys move the question and call the question? And, I had to learn all that. I had to learn all of that stuff, too. So, I like it. But you know what I heard in the car just before the show right now? Live. Everything's live now. It's going to be live. So, live, about 12 minutes ago, I'm at a traffic light. I'm listening to a local station that might have you on if it was in Knoxville, and talking about stuff, getting it done. And the woman says, I know how to legislate. Oh, you know what? The minute I'm in, I know how to legislate. And I was like, wow, the world is really moving now when she's claiming it as a skill. Now, I personally don't like legislation. Legislation, to me, is always starting trouble. And I thought, well, listen to Zorro over here with her sword. Yeah, she's getting ready to do the big Z on whatever the hell they're talking about. And then I got home and I called you up. So I don't know what she was doing, but you know what I mean? When somebody says, oh, I know how to legislate, Lisa. Lisa, look at me. Yeah, I know how to how does that sound to you? Is that a good sound that she knows how to legislate?
Most people who say they know how to legislate don't know how to do it. The people who don't speak about it and just do it are the ones you want to follow.
Bomb. You're the bomb. You know what? I miss you. We got to find a way to respond to our sponsors. There are companies saying, please, Ed Tyll, put the show back together. Get Lisa, get Michael, get everybody, have fun. You hear it? I hear it now in listening to you. All right. Well,
didn't you once have a Manscaped commercial where you talked about manscaping?
I've advertised everything, Lisa. I've been around since the manscaping craze began. It was, I'm a fair-haired Italian. I am not a bushy Italian. There's a lot of Italians, they're bushy. They have clumps of hair. Like all over, I don't know what I would do. If I had a tuft of hair on my shoulder and another one like North America, South America, I don't know what I would do. Maybe I would go get all shaved off like a dog. They bring dogs with short hair. They zip, zip, zip. I don't know. But the idea of people scaping themselves, I'm all for. So how could I not support that? Yes. Manscaping.
Well, you know what? You want to hear something really funny? Is my 11-year-old manscapes my husband's back at least once a month for him.
Wow. So is he? That's a very interesting occupation for a boy to want to manscape his old man. Now,
well, I guess he's in training for when he has to manscape himself.
Right. Let me get a look at this thing because I'll be doing a lot of it behind my back. Good move on his part. There is a lot of manscaping is from behind, where you first have to feel for the hair with your and then you scape it with your right hand. I don't know. Listen, you and I go way back to the point where fashion has gone both ways on body hair. I mean, not to get all Martha Stewart about it, but the truth is. I don't know. Do you have a vague memory of your childhood and women wanted to have armpit hair and downstairs it was like, Africa, the dark continent down there. You had no idea what anything looked. Were you a kid? Because when you grew up, I think escaping and making body beautiful came into vogue. But do you remember when you were young that nobody did anything down there?
Oh, yeah, I remember the women in the 70s all looked like African bush women.
Yes.
Just all hanging out.
Hanging out. Now, look, here's the thing. If you say to me, Ed, I like it, I'm not here to tell you what to do in that department. Ed, I support, but if I may, have you ever looked up why there's strategic places on the body where you get a forest and there's a connection? Have you ever looked this up in anthropology or whatever?
Well, I would think if I was looking it up in anthropology and looking to see why people have hair in certain places, it would be to collect bacteria so it wouldn't enter the body.
Oh, wow. You are Sharpie. All right, so I'm going back before even that thought. If we go to, I love my new era in ancient history. Favorite is Mesopotamia. This is really the first river, we're not doing anything yet. We haven't grown anything yet. Stuff is already growing at the river, and mankind is fascinated, and we're basically sipping the water and learning that plants grow. Just figuring out that green thing. Okay, so if you go all the way back then, the hair was to make you attracted to the other opposite sex. These were sniffing points when you had no language. Well, look at the puppies. On Thanksgiving, you saw all those dogs together, don't normally in the same household live together. So that's what it was. We have no language. I don't even know what I am. I'm not they didn't know they were human yet. Nothing was known. but in smelling the presence of another human was procreation. That was it. There was no.
Well, maybe that's why our procreation is in decline, because nobody smells each other's butts anymore.
That wouldn't be my. I'd go for the armpit first. I think I'm an armpit first.
It depends on if they have blue hair or not, because sometimes those people, they don't take showers or put on deodorant. I was just going to say, if there's any, I would have to be very selective in my armpit sniffing.
Yeah, exactly. Without a doubt. Maybe I'll try the elbow, figuring there's a downdraft, and the elbow will be a sample.
There you go.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to go all the way to the armpit, do I? Just sniff your elbow, and we'll go from there. Yeah, we'll go from...
Now
that's what
I see
like.
why you're a permanent bachelor.
All right, I was just going to say, is it becoming clear now why I'm a bachelor? A lot of women don't appreciate this analysis after a candlelight dinner. Yeah, they're not... So...
Excuse me, ma'am. May I sniff your armpit to see if your aroma attracts me? I don't think that would go over very well.
Or, ma'am, I did sniff you, and it looks like you and I are a good match. Your elbow smells great. Would you take that jacket off? Can I just have a quick whiff of the... You
better wear a pitcher's mask while you say this. You know that, right?
I flew with smelly people. If you smell another person on a plane, isn't that, I mean, now, God forbid it smelled horrid, we would have asked them to deplane, I think. But it was just that, the locker room smell from high school? Remember that?
You mean the smell of butt and feet?
Again, you keep bringing up my least favorite area of aroma. But yes, there's I think Al Pacino, I believe, has a line in Glengarry Glen Ross where he's selling real estate to the guy. And the guy says, that smell of a train car that somebody's been sleeping in all night. The smell of number 2. Oh, man, if I was ever on a train or a plane, I smelled number 2, I would jump out. But no, the guy was smelling unwashed is the word, unwashed. Now, how bad is that? The whole time I'm trying not to inhale it. I've got what do you call it? Handkerchief over my face because I don't want to inhale. Which is obvious, is bacteria are jumping off like a SpaceX rocket jumping off the Florida coast, right? Just boom, boom. So that's how I feel about smelly people, right? They are.
I'm always getting stuck next to the smelly guy on the airplane who's fat and kind of sticks over my seat, so I have to kind of hide in the corner to stay away from him.
And I got news for you. I don't believe in allowing a lot of exposed skin on an airplane. If you're flying on a normal airline, you should have to have arms and legs and feet covered. Never mind about your mask and what you're afraid of. Cover and I don't mind if you loosen your shoes or you kick off your loafers. We're going to be in this thing for a while. But come on, man, you can't have your feet out. Your actual feet that are walking around and sweaty and smelly and dirty. You can't have the fit. I'm being too grouchy old man, right? This is grouchy old man, but I think I'm right, even though it might be grouchy old man.
Well, I wish they would bring back the dress codes like we used to have, where the women wore beautiful dresses and the men wore tailored suits, and you always looked presentable and you dressed for dinner. I mean, that beautiful part of society is gone to the juicy couture on your butt.
Right. That's when it all went downhill from juicy couture. Because I don't like any of the juice that was involved in any of it. If somebody's got a juicy ass, would you remove them from the area and get them to a health tent at the event? Come on. There shouldn't be any juice at all. What are you, sweating down there? That's sexy. Wow, that's really sexy, juicy. So anyway, I don't know. I'm also very clean. So even if I did perspire, there's not going to be anyone next to me picking up the fragrance of my perspiration. That's not happening with me.
I always stink pretty.
Well, you know what? Easy for you because you are adorable. Speaking of pretty, are you pretty exhausted before Christmas even begins, or are you amped up and ready to go, and you're gonna do Christmas like no one's ever done it before? How are you feeling about the impending Christmas?
Well, my impending Christmas is going to be very easy because my husband and my 11-year-old son are going to Connecticut to visit the grandparents, and I will be here by myself. Life is going to be good.
That's
I get a little
wild.
break.
That is one of the best holidays ever possible. Alone, but they're happy. Everybody, like everything is tucked away to where it belongs. Everybody's singing. Everybody's happy. Santa Claus is sailing across the sky, but you are alone. Oh, what are you going to put on Five-Finger Death Punch or whatever? What are you going to be listening to on your stereo that night? You going to have Christmas carols? Or are you going to be blasting some tunes? Well, what will you do? Wow, what a great Christmas, Lisa. What are you going to do with it? Do you know?
I'm going to sleep in, and I'm going to relax and probably go out and get my hair and nails done.
Wow,
and
look at
pamper
this
myself.
girl. Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
get a nice massage.
You know, honestly.
Not have to take care of anybody
Oh,
but
my
me.
God,
Oh,
yes.
that is a treat in itself for a
This
mom.
is who I met all those years ago. Exactly. Hair, nails, relaxation, and in the middle of it, say, well, now what do I want now? Well, what would I like? What would I enjoy? And nobody to take care. Well, listen, you know, we love taking care of people. I'm a caretaker.
I do, but
You're
I need
a caretaker.
break.
Yeah, you got to go solo. You got to do your own personal personality guitar solo. You just have to do it. All right. Well, this was a great chat. What do you say? I don't know. If we try to do it every week, feels like an obligation. So I'll say to you, your next availability, I will take on Tuesday, and Tuesday is going to be Lisa Day. We're doing Lisa on Tuesday, whenever you can make it, and then if you want to throw in a bonus day, we're going to be doing it on Wednesday also. So I
Well,
can't.
Tuesday, Edward, I will make sure that I am all yours for the taking.
Oh my God! I tell you, you know, it's so great to hear. I feel like you're in the room. Oh, by the way, is your tree done? Do you already have a tree up? Are your windows decorated? Is it like that?
Yes, I went crazy this year. You can see my house from the other side of the lake. It's so lit up.
Now what do you got? Now Whitney, there's a lot of theming. There's a lot of theming when you go to outside the house decorations. So, you know, some people go with the Bambi is out there, Rudolph. You know, it's all wildlife. Some people go with Santa's arrival and the sled, you know, teeming with gifts. And Santa's like in a walking position with the sack over. You know, everybody. And some people, as you know, and I love them and I was raised with them and I was an altar boy. Some people, midnight mass and the Virgin, and we have the Nativity. The baby is not put in yet. We put the baby in on midnight, and everybody venerates and genuflects. I love those words, huh? Venerating and genuflecting. These were words when I was a kid. So we had I went to a religious school, Catholic. So we had a lot of ancillary activities with Christmas, the manger, the nativity, the Sundays in Advent, and hanging a thing and unveiling another thing. I mean, we did some stuff. So I'm pretty well versed in this. What's the outside of your house motif? What do you go for when you decorate the house?
I have snowmen and icicles. That is my motif.
Snowman. That's it. You get the snowman, and then it's Christmas, and you go, hey, come on, why don't you guys come inside? You know what? Come in, have a drink, have some Courvoisier, and then, you know, you put on, you know what you got to do? You got to put on, like, It's a Wonderful Life on television with no sound, and then you play Led Zeppelin 1.
There you go, with the fireplace going and homemade sugar cookies decorated.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, you know what? How lucky was I to think of you and have you as a guest today. I mean, I really lucked out, and I was 2 hours late doing it because I was trying to make everything just right, and it was a fantastic visit. Now, how would you like to plug yourself? Good night, everybody. Now, how would you like to, give out what your work is, where you can be found, where you are active, anything you would like to share with the listeners? Because, this is live now, but we will be sharing these podcasts with our friends to get the word out. So go ahead. Anything that you would like the audience to know about contacting Lisa, go right ahead, Lisa.
Well, I am on X, and my handle is at Lisa Jo, LISAJO 8021.
Beautiful. By the way, great suggestion from you that maybe we should expand onto X. I haven't.
X is where it's at, baby. You got to be on X, Edward. You would blow up like crazy. Everybody would love you. I have known you for over 20 years.
Oh,
and
my
I've
God.
always loved you.
Don't even say the number of years. But you know what? It's so great because you sound the same. I remember when I first saw your picture, same way. Now, I haven't seen a picture today or whatever, but I saw a picture a year and a half ago. You're very lucky in the DNA department. Also, if I remember correctly, you're a healthy eater. You do all the right stuff, right?
No, actually, I have lost almost 30 pounds, and I am looking phenomenal right now.
Your husband
Every
sounded
guy's head
exhausted.
turns
Yeah.
when I walk in the room.
I'd love to see you in the produce department at Winn-Dixie. I'll tell you, that's going to be. Hold on, let me just check those potatoes again. How many times do you have to check No, there's somebody over there I want to consult on the potatoes. All right. Well, I don't know. It's funny how life is. That's all I can say. I haven't done a full-time radio show for 2 years, and I haven't had a day with nothing to do. I've been doing I wrote a book. It's crazy. I don't even know who I am when I read that book. When I read that book,
I ordered my copy. You can get it right on Amazon.
Oh, shush. Well, anyway, I can't wait. Can't wait for you to get a look at it and you tell me what you think of it. But it's been a wild couple of years. I didn't think there were going to be exciting, thrilling years at this end of my age curve. I thought, well, that's from when I was in my 20s and my 30s. Then I realized, well, you did some thrilling stuff in your 40s. So I guess it doesn't stop. I do have an appetite. A little bit of for the exciting parts of life. And it seems like they're happening. So thank you for being an exciting guest today.
And thank you always for being a good friend of mine. I love you, love you, love you.
You do, and I appreciate that. All right, so first of all, I'm thankful for you shortly after Thanksgiving. And I couldn't be, I'm happy for all the people in your household. Your boys, your hubby.
My crazy household?
I'm telling you,
God.
come on. It's the Lisa Show. You're like Ed Sullivan over there. It's fantastic. So anyway.
It's more like the S Show.
All right, kiddo. So thank you, and we're going to talk again real soon, okay?
Absolutely.
Come on, everybody, at Tyll. Come on, everybody.
Oh, my God. Lisa sounding fantastic. And our next guest, next time you join us, it will be Michael from the interstates across this great nation of ours.